Hello, and welcome to the Scare Zone. I am your host, CarrotBoy3000, and this is the first episode of Ghoul Watch, and today we'll be talking about Bigfoot. Now, what is Ghoul Watch? What is the Scare Zone? Let me explain really quickly. So as you all know, watching live, you all know that I love scary stuff. You all know that I love to get scared, and occasionally we'll watch scary videos on YouTube to scare ourselves. And I thought it would be nice if we structured that a little bit. And there's two ways I'm doing that. First of all, entering the scare zone. We are currently in the scare zone right now. We can do anything in the scare zone. But today we're doing something very specific, which is the first episode of Ghoul Watch. And that is where we talk about a monster or a cryptid or some kind of creature specifically, instead of just a general, ghost compilation or something like that. We have some new things, but first of all, to new viewers, we're going to be talking about Bigfoot today, but it's not going to be this strict coverage. It's not going to be this detailed, coverage of Bigfoot. We're here on a Saturday night having fun. We're talking. We're hanging out. The goal is to laugh and to have fun with each other, not necessarily to cover a Bigfoot in complete and total detail. I personally love cryptids and creatures and monsters and the unknown, the unexplained. But I don't believe in it, super. I really don't believe in a lot of it. But I just find it fascinating and interesting. If you'll notice, we've added, one of the new things we've added is the scare meter, which is right below my head. On stream, and that is going to explain how scared I am at the time of talking. Typically, so like I said, I'm not really firsthand afraid of a lot of the stuff we talk about, but that doesn't mean I don't get scared. I get scared pretty easily, honestly. So even if we have Slapped Ham in the search bar, we'll get to Slapped Ham. I'm very excited about Slapped Ham. Even if I'm not necessarily like if I'm not believing it, I'll still get scared. I don't know about Bigfoot. I'm not very afraid of Bigfoot, but sometimes just being in the dark, like I am right now, can be very scary. I'm a big fan of Bigfoot. We have some Bigfoot decorations around the house. Actually, if you look, first of all, I didn't get to mention this, but I got a new fake potted plant that's a dinosaur, which I'm very excited about. But we also got this this Bigfoot glitter, photo that I made myself. I love this. I think this is one of my favorite things ever. I don't know. I just found that frame at like a thrift store, and I decided to make it for myself. I just thought it was really cool. I also have this little Bigfoot not action figure, but a little toy. I guess he could be actiony. They could be actiony. And then, of course, we have candles everywhere, which I don't know if you could see super well, but, we have candles. The ambiance is set. We have the outdoor sounds. Imagine yourself by a campfire, and we're here to learn about Bigfoot. So let's get into it, okay, Scraplings? Let's do this. And to put myself at a scare, I'm honestly not that scared right now. I'm doing fine. So I'm going to put myself in the neutral. Out of 9... I am at the center. I am not scared at all, which I guess is a weird place. I don't know what the blue is, but for now, look, we're learning the chart together. So we're going to start off tonight by watching this video uploaded. How long ago was this? In 2016 by channel MojoPin1983. It's titled Bigfoot Patterson Gimlin Film Stabilized. From October 20th, 1967. And let's watch it really quickly to get context for what we're talking about. What? Oh my goodness. What on earth is... Okay, I guess I have to watch it now. I won't be... Man, ads are getting crazy on YouTube. YouTube, You want to chill with the ads like that? Thank you very much. We're trying to learn about Bigfoot. That's why outro videos are great, because they buffer between ads. I could have paused before that happened. Let's put it on loop. So yeah, this is Bigfoot. You know, from my knowledge of Bigfoot, he's this, or they are, you know, it's kind of up in the air depending on who you ask, whether it is a species or whether it is one creature. A lot of people have different, you know, opinions on that. It's, you know, a lot of different, and it's this like hairy humanoid entity, this ape-like, man-like creature. And, I mean, I think most people think of this footage when they think of Bigfoot. My framed photo over there is of this footage, you know, or from this footage. It is taken from that footage. And yeah, let me tell you that ad. I'll bump it up on the scare meter for that. So I've heard a lot of you know, weirdly enough, I've heard a lot of theories that Bigfoot is an alien from another planet. But I've also heard plenty of theories that he's just this missing link, you know, between man and humans. And so, to my knowledge, going into this, you know, I think Bigfoot is a pretty believable cryptid. You know what I mean? Of all the cryptids, I would say he's a pretty believable one. He's just an ape guy, you know, and species are discovered every year. In our world, right? Like we discover new species in the world of science all the time, constantly. And to just find a new species of ape in like the uncharted woods, or, you know, the woods that are left alone for a while, to me that makes a lot of sense, right? And but what's interesting to me is that pretty much most of the Bigfoot stories that I've heard of, to my knowledge, have come out as fake, you know? This footage, for example, was eventually, you know, to my knowledge, proven fake. Like they came out and said that it was faked. But a lot of people still believe it, and so it's just weird that like there's not more unexplainable Bigfoot evidence. Although I'm sure there is, just not more you know, significant unexplainable evidence. Because anybody can say, "Oh, I saw Bigfoot," and you know, if they don't give any more details, then how can you know, debunk them? I suppose. And so that's Bigfoot. Let's read really quickly off of Wikipedia, the home of all Bigfoot knowledge. Bigfoot. Sasquatch redirects here for users. See Bigfoot. Bigfoot, also commonly referred to as Sasquatch, is a purported ape-like creature said to inhabit the forests of North America. Many dubious articles have been offered in attempts to prove the existence of Bigfoot, including anecdotal claims. I'm sorry, I'm reading so poorly. Also, it's so overblown, it's like making it hard for me to read. Let me go in just a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Many dubious articles have been offered in attempts to prove the existence of Bigfoot, including anecdotal claims of sightings, as well as alleged video and audio recordings, photographs, and casts of large footprints, some of which are known of, some of which are known or admitted hoaxes. There we go. Tales of wild, hairy humanoids exist throughout the world, and such creatures appear in folklore of North America, including the mythologies of indigenous people. Bigfoot is an icon within the fringe subculture of cryptozoology and an enduring element of popular culture. The majority of mainstream scientists have historically discounted the existence of Bigfoot, considering it to be the result of a combination of folklore, misidentification, and hoax rather than a living animal. Folklorists trace the phenomenon of Bigfoot to a combination of factors and sources, including indigenous cultures, the European wild man figure, and folk tales. Wishful thinking and cultural increase in environmental concerns and overall societal awareness of the subject have been cited as additional factors. Other creatures of relatively similar descriptions are alleged to inhabit various regions throughout the world, such as the skunk ape of the southeastern United States, the almas, the yaren, and the yeti in Asia, and the Australian yowie, all of which are also ingrained in cultures of other regions. Sorry for butchering that. But hey, that's just the Saturday night, we're live energy, right? That's just how it goes. Yo, what's up, Juan? Hey, Carrot, am I late? Almost 1 hour stream. I'm watching Phantasmic, so that's why I didn't show up. I don't know what that is. The one and only Bigfoot. Well, not exactly. You count also the Yetis, trolls too. Yeah, I mean that's kind of the thing. What do you think, Juan? First of all, I hope you're having a good night. But what do you think? Do you think Bigfoot is a species, or do you think it's one and only? Some people do think it's just one Bigfoot. But if I had to throw my bet into the ring, I would say that it's a species that exists. If I believe they exist. But like if they existed, I would say it's more likely to be a species rather than an individual. We played a little bit of Marvel Snap earlier before we started. To me, it's both foots big. Huh? You're kind of losing me. It's both foots big, but I know the small foot us. I don't know what I have no idea what you're saying. So I got a couple of other videos, and I wanted to. You know what? Let's watch this Jane Goodall video again. I haven't vetted a lot of this, so fair warning if I switch midway. That's because we're kind of going in blind. But I thought this would be interesting. This is a video of Jane Goodall on how Bigfoot might be real. This is from the Yahoo Entertainment YouTube channel. And the description reads, Jane Goodall is a... Wow, it's so hard for me to read. Is a dame of the British Empire. Really, Yahoo Entertainment? You're going to call her a dame? I mean, it's not like it's offensive, right? But it's just a weird way to describe her, right? Wouldn't you just say she's from the British Empire? I don't know. Founder of Global Institute that bears her name, is a messenger of peace for the United Nations, and is one of the most respected and renowned ethologists, and she is a bit of a Bigfoot truther. Interesting. I feel like they're not doing her justice. She's, like, pretty significant when it comes to the animal kingdom and the sciences surrounding it. To my knowledge, anyway, Yeah, I saw you were playing Marvel Snap. Is this Dude Bro content we are going to watch? No. This is Bigfoot content we're going to watch. Dude Bro content is a different scare zone. Tonight we're trying to get scared. All right, so let's watch this.
I climbed into the hills. This was where I was meant to be.
I wanted to talk to you about something that some would say is fictional, but you would say, hold up, we don't know for certain, and that's Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Everybody talks to me about... I'm romantic. I would like Bigfoot to exist. I've met people who swear they've seen Bigfoot. And I think the interesting thing is every single continent, there is an equivalent of Bigfoot or Sasquatch. There's the Yeti, there's the Yari in Australia, there's the Chinese wild man, and on and on and on. And, I've had stories from people who...
So I would argue... So again, first of all, I feel like I agree with Jane Goodall, right? And my point of bringing her up is because, Bigfoot, obviously, cryptozoological creature, kind of, a fringe idea. I'm showing somebody reputable in like animal, the world of animal science, to kind of give Bigfoot, a good shot. And I think we agree from what I know about her take is like, it's just very likely to exist. It is possible, right? But that being said about like her talking about like, every kind of place on the planet has their own version of Bigfoot. I think that's interesting, but I think that also has to do with the fact that, Bigfoot is so similar to a person. And literally if somebody just doesn't shave, right? And they're far away enough from you, there's a chance they could look like a Bigfoot, or even, I mean, heck, even if they're fully clothed, right? So I feel like that has a lot to do with why there might be, sightings everywhere.
have to believe them. So there's something, I don't know what it is. I'm always open-minded.
What about other mythological creatures like or supposedly mythological, I guess I should say, like the Loch Ness Monster?
Loch Ness Monster.
Yo, that's some crazy footage of the Loch Ness
Or
Monster. What are they cooking
I
with?
guess I should say, like the Loch Ness
I love this, like,
Monster.
the gall of showing this video where there's like leaves in front, but it's just this small little leaves, right? Just wait until they get clear. This is the most significant evidence I've ever seen of Loch Ness. Not Loch Ness, but the Loch Ness Monster of Nessie. Let's see her.
Loch Ness Monster
And then they cut
obviously
away.
Doesn't exist.
What?
Say, like the Loch Ness Monster.
Loch Ness Monster obviously doesn't exist.
What do you mean obviously doesn't exist? Again, I don't believe Loch Ness Monster exists, but I also think that Loch Ness Monster is more likely than other cryptozoological creatures. We've had dinosaurs, and we discover, sea creatures pretty regularly. Plus, there are, a number of creatures in depths, we could not even fathom that we can't get to. I feel like it's possible. Maybe not in Loch Ness. I guess maybe that's what she's saying. But either way, again, she knows more than I do. Completely accurate content, dude bro content. Our statement, dude bro content is a scary zone.
Alien beings. Do you think we're alone in this universe?
I don't. I think that it doesn't make sense to think we're the only intelligent form of life. This wall that was built between us, we're just the only really intelligent, capable of this, that, and the other. Difference in kind between us and the other.
Again, pretty lame to put like a UFO there. Like, I agree that like there are aliens in the universe, but I doubt, I doubt like she thinks that we're being visited right now. Why are you apologizing, Juan?
The animals, that wall is broken down, and the chimps help to break it down.
Do you think there is a possibility that people will start to actually regard chimpanzees give them more agency and more personhood?
That's actually happening. In fact, there's something going on right now.
Okay. So I think that's the end of that. Then they go into, what do you call it? Chimps, elephants, and chimpanzees. So interesting. Again, I see Jane Goodall as a very reputable person, a very intelligent person, very respected in her field, and somewhat of like a related, field of study. Talking about chimpanzees, going over to a man, ape thing. I can see it. I can see the vibes. Now, the next video I wanted to watch, and I'm excited about this one. Again, I haven't vetted this, but if it is about what I think it is about, then I'm excited about it. Oh, whoa! And this is the news channel. Yo, this is so dope. So back in the day, and I don't know exactly. Wow, this was uploaded 14 years ago. It might have been 14 years ago. What do I know? This is uploaded from KSBW Action News 8. Why do they put action in front of news? What is the action really doing there? And the description, the title of the video is this Bigfoot's body? The description is this the body of Bigfoot? Two men from Georgia say it is, and they made their case at a news conference in the Bay Area on Friday. Now, here's the thing. I, as a kid, was huge. I mean, I am still, right? But as a kid, I was huge into Bigfoot and, aliens and the unknown and ghosts and all that stuff. I think specifically I was really into, again, not really ghosts as much, but very into cryptozoological creatures and aliens and demons. I'm going to bump it up. Just mentioning aliens scares me. So we're going to put it between... We're just going to bump up the scare meter a little bit because genuinely I have a deep fear of aliens. I'm going to bump it up further because I feel like talking about them conjures them, like I'm about to get a hand on my shoulder. Why in all representations of Bigfoot are they big furry monkey-like creatures? I mean, that's what they are. That's what Bigfoot is. You know what I mean? And I also think that there are some Bigfoot, descriptions that are a little different than that, but that's what they are. Anyway, but there were a couple moments in my life, and my dad was into this stuff as well. Probably what got me into it or what egged me on. There were a couple moments in my life where I remember, coming home from school and my dad being like, oh, Carrot, you gotta check this out, man. And I'm like, what is it? And he's like, they found Bigfoot's body. And I'm like, what? And sure enough, this story. And I remember another time, like dragons, right? Like this was when I was even younger. He was like, oh, Papi, you got to check this out. Dragons, they finally found evidence of dragon bones. And he was like, I'm going to be out that night, so you got to watch it. And I'm like, okay. And I watched it, and it was terrible and dumb. And specifically, so actually, you know what's funny? I remember that dragon special, and I always remember this, watching it, and as I'm watching it, they're not like getting to anything about dragons. And I remember thinking while watching it, if they really did find anything, I would hear about it on the news first. I wouldn't have to wait until like 10 o'clock at night to hear about it on the Discovery Channel or something like that, or National Geographic or something. And that's when I kind of realized, like, I don't need to keep up with that. And I was really young. I was probably like, might have been like 6 or 7. I have no idea. But like, I came to that conclusion. But then, so this comes along, and I remember this, like, being called downstairs and being like, yo, Papi, check this out. And I'm just like blown away. I'm like, they can't refute this. I mean, here it is. They found the body. And I guess the assumption is that it was real, because it's like, why would they fake something that's so easily fakeable? You know what I mean? And I was just so excited about this. And again, it kind of, thinking about it now, it kind of matched up with that story, right? Like they wouldn't report about it unless, it's important, or unless it's real. So let's check out this story, really quickly, take a blast from the past. And it looks like it's timestamped 2008. So pretty interesting. Let's watch this.
All right, you be the judge. Is this the body of Bigfoot? 2 men from Georgia say it is, and they made their case at a news conference in the Bay Area today.
I love watching, because I don't have like news like this, local news anymore. I don't have cable like that. I love finding these kind of uploads on YouTube where it's just a newscast. There's something so funny about like peeking in on it.
They did, though, have to defend their find. For over an hour, skeptical reporters hurled questions at them. Men say they were hiking in early June when they stumbled upon the body of a 7'7", 500-pound half-ape, half-human creature. They believe it's Bigfoot.
Others think this is a bunch of hooey.
Others think this is a bunch of hooey. What a great comeback. You saw him focusing. He was ready. Look at him. I'm gonna give the hooey line.
They believe it's Bigfoot.
Hey, Dan, what do you think this is? What do you think this is? Do you think that this is a hooey? Yes or no?
Others think this is a bunch of hooey.
Oh, you could have just said, okay. Well, you could have just said yes or no. That's what I was, okay.
Action News reporter Phil Gomez was one of the skeptics. You were a skeptic?
Yeah, I have to admit I am, yes.
Who isn't a skeptic?
Well,
wow, they're having such a great time.
there are a lot of people out there who really believe that Bigfoot is out there. Whether or not, indeed, they think this is it, I guess we'll have to see, right, Phil?
That's right. I mean, why?
This is so exciting. I love these little news reports. Oh, this is the best. Look at the co-anchor. What is their name? Aaron. Aaron wants to throw something in, and they just don't get the chance. Look,
there
watch.
are a lot of people out there who really believe that Bigfoot is out there. Whether or not, indeed, they think this is it, I guess we'll have to see. Right?
I'll just.
That's right. I mean, why is it every time?
And then they just drop it. Although Phil got cut off too. Phil was gonna say something, and he totally got cut off. But I really love Aaron's like ready to go in, and then just, you know what, it's not worth it. Talking about myth and legends of the world, it's so interesting to me, and sometimes it makes you question if these things are real or not. Oh, 100%. Again, I mean, Jane Goodall was just talking about, like, you have to believe people. I don't know if you have to believe people, but I don't need to disprove people either. It's one thing if it's hurting somebody. If people are, like, robbing somebody, or if they're harming someone, by taking advantage of them with this kind of stuff, then I feel more obligated to like say something and to try and like dispel rumors. But generally speaking, I like to hear people's perspectives, whether they believed something, whether their account is real or not. you know, if somebody tells me they saw something, when I worked at my pool many years ago at this point, lifeguarding and teaching how to swim, I would ask people like, hey, do you have any ghost stories, or do you have any like you know, strange stories? And people would tell me stuff, and it wasn't my place to like debunk their stories. I might do that here, like watching somebody's video, but I would never dream of doing that to somebody in person unless they asked me to, you know. But like the point is, like, I don't care if it's real or not. I'm captivated by their story. They had an experience, and you know, it's worth listening to, and that's what's interesting to me. Whether it's real or not, you know, definitely interesting to talk about, but I don't necessarily get caught up in it. I'd rather hear people talk about it and learn about what they think is real, and, you know, learn about what they've discovered and all that kind of stuff.
Time you get photos of these things, they're never in focus. They're always out of focus. But
You know, Phil, you look like I don't want to accuse you of anything, but you look like you're in a fake like forest. That looks like a fake backdrop. I think it's real. But I don't know. No, it's not. I don't know.
For decades, this mythical creature has been known by many names: Bigfoot, Yeti, Sasquatch. It's intrigued and eluded mystery hunters, but now two Georgia men
Mystery hunters. I've never heard them referred to like that.
say they have evidence that Bigfoot is real.
That's awesome.
It was a circus type of
That's all you got to say? Is that's awesome? That's awesome.
That's awesome.
That's all he's got.
Type
Although who knows what he was talking about.
atmosphere at the Hotel Cabana this afternoon. 200 people, nearly 24 cameras, all focused on two men who say they can prove Bigfoot is real.
This is something that people have been looking at for, 30, 40 years. You know, there's a lot of reason to be skeptical, but it's fun nonetheless to show up and see what's going to go down.
You're going to see and hear the initial information.
A crowd of skeptical reporters greeted Matthew Whitten.
Take a shot every time you've heard the word skeptical. Like, I get it. Yeah, there's going to be skepticism. I mean, Aaron hit the nail on the head. Everybody's going to be a little bit skeptical, even if you do believe in this stuff. Let's get over it. I just want to hear and see the thing. You know what I mean? That's awesome, he said. Yeah, exactly. Also, Megan launched yesterday, and people are loving it. Yeah, people are loving that movie.
On the left, and Rick Dyer, the two men who say they were hiking in the mountains of
I love they just have, whoa, those look like a lot of photos, actually.
North Georgia a few weeks ago when they found it.
Oh, no, it's one.
7 foot, 7-inch legend, Bigfoot.
It was shock, and then, we didn't want to, I didn't want to, part of my
Matthew Whitten found Bigfoot. That's such an awesome little, what a great screenshot this is. And also, I just love, like, it could have said, like, discovered the body, you know what I mean? But instead it says found Bigfoot. Oh, that's such a funny way to put that. I don't know, that kills me.
I didn't want to get around the fact that this was something that, this is a creature that wasn't normal, not something that I've ever seen before.
It weighed more than 500 pounds. The men dragged the remains out of the forest, but didn't contact authorities.
It seemed like it would create a frenzy, and of course then there would be, I want to protect the species.
The pair does not have science.
Not a great defense there. Why didn't you tell authorities? I mean, I want to protect the species. Huh? What? As a big horror fan, Carrot, will you watch the movie of the serial killer AI doll? Yeah, I definitely will. Especially since it seems people are liking it so much. I doubt it'll be like, it's... it's funny. I actually, watching Child's Play as a child when I was a kid, terrified me. I was mortified. I didn't sleep for days, actually, and my parents were really worried about me, and they were really angry at my babysitter for showing me the movie. So I have a history with dolls, and I really love the first two Child's Play films. I think they're really good and scary. But I'm more of a monster guy. You know what I mean? I'm more of a creature guy. I'm more of a, AI dolls aren't necessarily the most interesting. Killer dolls aren't the most interesting to me. I'm definitely excited to watch it. I have good feeling about it. It's a James Wan film. So I'm excited to see what they think, or what I think. I doubt I'll be like, this is my movie. You know what I mean? I'm sure I'll think it's okay or good. But it won't be like, my film. People are saying the movie is for the TikTok generation. I don't know about all that. The movie is pretty funny and gory, it seems. I've heard, actually, it's not gory enough. I watched a review today that said it was very funny, but they wished it was a little bit more gory.
On its side,
What do their hats say? Do their hats say "Save Bigfoot"?
3 DNA samples. One came back inconclusive. Another had traces of possum DNA, probably from something the creature ate, they said.
You're actually seeing a bipedal creature.
2 photographs the men gave to reporters weren't very convincing either. Tom Biscardi, a longtime Bigfoot enthusiast from the Bay Area, is known for his questionable Bigfoot promotions in the past. He swears it isn't a hoax.
Is this a hoax? This is as real as you're standing right where you are, sir.
Despite eyewitness accounts.
That's an awesome fit this guy has on, Phil. So to my knowledge, this is a hoax. To my knowledge, this is just a gorilla costume in a cooler. You know what I mean? I don't know when that came out. We can try and find that, but that's to my knowledge. So it is funny to hear that. At the very least, if this is conclusive, right? We haven't really heard much about it since. You know what I mean?
And photo evidence, this room remains filled with skeptics. Many of them say it will take much more to convince them that this is indeed Bigfoot.
Yeah, like contacting actual specialists, you know what I mean?
Michael Rugg, curator of Felton's own Bigfoot Discovery Museum, is excited about the find, but isn't convinced.
I haven't seen anything more today to convince me yet, and anybody with any kind of intelligence would have to kind of stay loose about it at this point.
The men claim to have stored the remains in a freezer in an undisclosed location, and they won't let anyone except their own hand-picked scientists examine the body.
Well, then why didn't... What is the process of getting that hand-picked... I forgot what his name is. Dan. He's looking like mighty conflicted. He looks like he just had a realization about himself, Is Bigfoot real? Bigfoot found? What is the selection process for their scientists? You know what I mean? What will help them decide what scientists? Why haven't they come to that conclusion yet? I don't know. I have so many questions about why they haven't gotten further in this. They have a press conference. Why haven't they gotten further? You know what I mean? What was written on their hats, I wonder? Was it a business that they were promoting maybe? I don't know. Anyway, let's see what Dan has to say.
So the first thing...
Oh, poor Aaron. Aaron is so quick. Aaron wants to get in there so fast, and he just doesn't even care. He's just like, so the first thing.
Own hand-picked scientists examine the body.
So the first thing...
I love it so much. He's like, eh? And then he just takes it. He runs with it. When people interrupt you, like, well, I don't want to assume that's bad faith, but I've had people like talking to me where they just interrupt me. And if it happens more than once, just don't stop talking. When they interrupt you, like, just keep talking. You know what I mean? And just see who stops talking first. Surely it's not rude if they interrupted you, right? Like, so you're within your rights to keep speaking. I've never seen a crazier interruption than that one.
Except their own hand-picked scientists examine the body.
So the first thing...
There's such a she has such a physicality. She's like an animated character. There's like a wind up and a pitch, and he takes it. It's like she's winding up to pitch, and then he just grabs the ball from her hand and throws it. You know what I mean? I always wondered why they put Bigfoot in that cooler. Now I realize that it's to preserve the body. There was actually a lot of like creature stories, like alien stories and like cryptozoological stories where there's like a cooler involved, so it does make sense. But that being said, Bigfoot is huge. How did they fit Bigfoot inside of a body like that? It really does look like just a costume in a box. You know what I mean? She's preparing to attack. Yeah.
They went out and they put it in that thing and put it in a freezer and then immediately got a website.
Well, it appears that way, doesn't it?
Ordered hats with the website on it.
That's right.
Well, yeah,
Aha.
and Phil brings up a great point. It's not like this creature was running away from them so the photos would be blurry.
Well, in this case, they found it dead near a
right.
river. But there were three. They also claimed there were 3 other Bigfoots.
What? I didn't know that.
Them, and as they were walking away or dragging this carcass out, these 3 were following them. Didn't want to be seen, but were following them. They claim also that they took pictures from about 50 feet, and like I said, why are these things always blurry?
But even
Wait, were those pictures available? I think he's just making a general statement. I don't think there were Bigfoot photos like that. she's right though. Like these shouldn't be blurry if it's just a picture of like a human or a Bigfoot body in a box.
And the pictures of the dead Bigfoot aren't very clear.
Well, we'll have to wait and see if more tests show if
That's the best point.
shows
it's the DNA of a possum.
Yeah, exactly. Aaron is so right. It's the DNA of a possum. What does that mean? And like they're like, oh, it's probably something that it ate, and it's like, or you're lying, and you just gave us possum DNA for some reason, you weirdo.
Yeah.
part of
Well, that possum is darn tasty sometimes when you don't. Okay,
All right.
very good. Bill,
thank
you. So again, the two guys found the Bigfoot in the forest, and then were stalked by a tree.
And I was curious too. Was Georgia? Why are they here? Why aren't they back in Georgia?
I don't know, but if you're going to pick two guys that found Bigfoot, those would be the two guys right there.
Oh my gosh, what are these ads? I have YouTube this looks terrible. I'm getting this off the screen. I have YouTube Premium on my my personal YouTube account. This is obviously my Carrot Scraps YouTube account. So like I don't see ads ever. And so it's so weird when I'm on stream reacting to stuff and I get this kind of stuff. Freaking hate ads. I find them funny. But these have been just like weirdly explicit. Some reason the movie not even been out for so long. The movie is out, but already it's launched for home to buy it. Even though the box office, the movie is doing fine. Oh, Puss in Boots, you mean? It's probably just the turnaround. It's like a new strategy. Ads only exist to destroy our lives. All right, so now I'm definitely down to watch more news stories. I have some other ones. I'm kind of very obsessed with these like news story ones. In fact, there's this one that says Michigan State Police searching for Bigfoot. Let's see what's going on there. Let's see what's going on here. And then we're going to watch a Slapped Ham video, which is the best. Slapped Ham is the best. This is from Fox 59 News. The video is titled Michigan State Police searching for Bigfoot. Awesome.
Michigan State troopers are looking for Bigfoot.
Yeah, actually, they're
I love they gotta be so smug about it. For Bigfoot. Okay.
Michigan State troopers are looking for Bigfoot.
Yeah, actually, they're looking for a 7-foot-tall ornament that just looks like Bigfoot.
Okay.
Someone.
Oh, they got us. We got clickbaited so hard. Whoa, are you kidding me? Fox 59 understands. I was wondering why it was 35 seconds long. Like, there's no way they can encompass a Bigfoot. They're like, oh, yeah, there's Bigfoot. Police are looking for him. Whoever's running Fox 59 posted 9 months ago. They understand YouTube. Wait, was he a Brian? Was that a confirmed Brian?
Michigan State troopers are looking for Bigfoot.
Yeah, actually, they're looking for a 7-foot-tall ornament that just looks like Bigfoot.
Okay.
Someone who lives out.
What do you mean, oh no? What do you mean, oh no, Brian? How do you know he's a Brian, if he is?
Outside Grand Rapids says their lawn ornament was actually stolen a few weeks ago. The Sasquatch is described as a large piece of sheet metal that was cut and colored to look like the mythical woodland creature. Many who live near the crime scene say they saw a white van leaving the driveway of the owner around the date of the crime. Troopers are actually searching for that van.
That was literally just a clickbait news story. That's awesome. It's more fake than the fan-made posters. Well, I don't think it's meant to trick people. I think it's just it's a lawn ornament. It's like putting gnomes on your front lawn. You know what I mean? But somebody put Bigfoot instead, and I don't know. They just want it to be funny. All right, this is gonna be a different. So if you don't know, if you're new to the Carrot Scraps channel, when we like to get scared, we like to watch Slapped Ham. I love Slapped Ham. I think he's hilarious. I don't think he's intending to be hilarious, but I do think he is hilarious. The reason why is because he just kind of puts everything in. Other YouTube channels kind of try to debunk stuff or figure out whether something's real or not. Slapped ham is like, there was something weird. Somebody said it's weird and they said it's real. Here it is. You decide. And so as a result, you get this range of like unexplainable to like very explainable that I think is very funny. And we just have a great time watching Slapped Ham. So it's a great place to laugh, but also get scared, because sometimes there are some really scary ones, And so, wait, what's this? Now that Christmas and New Year's ended, we are back on watching scary content, even though it's not Halloween. Well, I mean, we talked about that earlier today. I mean, first of all, the reason why we didn't do scary content in December is just because I wasn't able to stream so much. You know what I mean? Scary stuff is part of this channel's DNA. And next year during December, we're definitely going to watch more scary stuff. You know what I mean? That's just something we're going to have to get used to is I like to be scared. I like to do scary stuff. It doesn't have to be Halloween to get us scared. That is the main point here. But we will reserve it for the scare zone, which is where we are right now. We are living in the scare zone. And I got to admit, I'm not that scared. So I'm going to bring me back to a neutral. Anyway, so I found this Slapped Ham video. And again, we loved Slapped Ham. We're big fans of the Slapped Ham. And this video, I am happy to say, is 7 real. Well, I don't know about real. Again, it's if somebody says it's real, he's like, got it. I'll take your word. 7 real Bigfoot sightings that will make you a believer. And we want to be believers. You know what I mean? Why is it so fun to feel scared? I don't know. It's fun. Same reason why it's fun to feel happy. It's just it's a fun emotion to play around with. And this is uploaded by Slapped Ham in 2018. So let's check it out. Very different style video. Ooh, so bright for him.
How you doing? I'm Callan, and this is Slapped Ham.
Callan!
Today we're talking about Sasquatches. From a family of Bigfoot spotted in the Blue Mountains of Washington to possible skunk ape sightings. Join us as we take a look at 7 real Bigfoot sightings that'll make you a believer. And today I want to give a huge shout out to the Pennsylvania Sasquatch research team for helping out with this list.
Whoa, that's cool. More reputable than I've given him credit
for.
This is
striking footage captured by cryptozoologist Paul Freeman in 1994.
Cool.
While walking in the Blue Mountains of Washington, Freeman discovered some unusual animal tracks.
I gotta say, I trust Slapped Ham in this video. Typically, I'm like, oh, they're just like whatever videos. I really trust him right now. Is this a new Slapped Ham? No, this is, like I said, it's from 2018, 4 years ago. What's up, Hero Champion? Hope you're having a good night. Bigfoot isn't real? We'll be the judge of that.
He noticed they were heading in 2 directions, trailing up and down a particular glade on the mountain. This is what he captured on camera. In the footage, you can see a bipedal, ape-like creature walking through the woods. It's covered in black fur and moves with a lumbering gait. The creature looks strong with big arms and a wide back. Freeman pants heavily as he tries to track the animal.
So Slapped Ham used to have hair? I mean, I think most people who are bald used to have hair, you know what I mean? There are plenty of people who I suppose don't have hair, but I think many people, if they're bald, they used to have hair. And Slapped Ham might have just liked that look better, you know what I mean? I dated somebody who had a full head of hair who was like, you know what, I'm gonna shave my head, you know what I mean? So like sometimes people just want a new look.
Get better.
And hey, I mean, Slapped Ham might not have as much hair right now, but I have way more hair than I had 4 years ago, right? 4 years ago, I had short hair. I probably had like his length hair. And now, what's going on here? You know what I mean?
Better picture. Where doggone thing went? It crossed right up there.
At one point, it looks as though he stumbled upon a family of Sasquatches, as there's multiple tracks heading in all directions. Over the years, Freeman claimed he encountered Bigfoot several times while walking through dense woodland. And
I've never seen this one. This is a cool one. This is pretty solid. Nice, like, I like when, Bigfoot is, silhouetted when you really can't tell.
Washington.
Although this could just be a dude again, you know what I mean?
He even made a plaster cast of footprints he found that contained dermal ridges.
I probably
The
do
casts
know
were so
this story.
convincing that some anthropologists considered them as evidence to support the existence of Bigfoot. The 1994 footage is considered by many to be genuine and one of the most compelling pieces of evidence ever recorded. Others, however, think Freeman was nothing but a hoaxer looking for fame and fortune.
So the plaster cast, I do know of a story, and I got to assume that it's this one. You know what I mean? Very cool. Good one to start with. Not the one I thought he was going to start with,
Melt
though.
this salt mineral in your mouth if you can
Dude.
taste metallic blood in your decaying teeth or have...
Chill. Chill. This is too much. I have not even gotten far. We're going up on the scare meter. This is too much. And again, if you're just joining us in the chat, below my head is a new feature for the scare zone where I have a scare meter that determines this is scaring me. If you don't know, I am very afraid of the uncanny valley, and faces like this for me definitely fall into that. I'm like deathly like I have like an instinctual fear reaction to gray aliens, and again I'm getting gray vibes here. I'm sufficiently scared.
In Carbondale, Pennsylvania, locals have reported sightings of a strange creature lurking in the woods.
Hate it.
They say it's a white Bigfoot 6 to 7 feet tall with shaggy fur covering its entire body.
I'm scared too,
Residents
Juan.
often hear strange noises too, low groans and rustling in the trees. In 2008, this video surfaced and quickly went viral. It was filmed by a man
oh my
who
gosh.
heard noises.
Ugh. We're gonna go up one more because I'm genuinely like ugh. That's freaking grossing me out.
Coming from his yard that backs onto woodland.
The moving is so crazy, like that fast movement.
Strange looking creature.
That's too much for me.
It pauses for a split second, then darts off into the darkness. It has deep black eyes, a long cone-shaped head, and is covered in white fur.
Too much.
Analysts have noted that it would be difficult to fake. The figure is unusually tall
Is
and
it?
has gigantic proportions. It moves quickly despite its large frame. The face contorts and reacts, which wouldn't happen if it was simply a mask.
Okay.
It's worth noting that Carbondale is the site for the first underground mine in the US. It's a vast network of deep, dark tunnels. Many believe it's possible that this creature lives deep in the mines and only surfaces to go hunting.
Interesting different Bigfoot theory. Yeah, that one was very scary for me.
This was captured on Independence Day 2010 in an unknown location.
I got
In
the
clip,
shivers.
you can see a Sasquatch-like creature walking through the woods.
Hello. Hi.
It has the proportions of a gorilla but walks freely on
What
2
a guy.
feet. It's clearly startled by the cameraman as it runs behind a rock.
It looks like he's doing like a little jog. He's like, ooh.
Suddenly, it reappears holding its young in its arms.
Huh?
The creature keeps a close eye on the intruding cameraman as it scrambles to protect its baby. Viewers have noted the strange proportions and unusual movements of its legs, which would be difficult to hoax. And unlike other Bigfoot sightings, the footage is very clear too. Unfortunately, the cameraman has never come forward, nor has the location ever been revealed, which makes it difficult to make further comment on the authenticity of the video.
Interesting.
In 2014, a couple in Spartansburg, Pennsylvania claimed they encountered a Bigfoot while walking through the forest. Donald Slovey and Amanda Jamar say they heard strange noises like rustling and branches snapping in the distance. Allegedly, they spotted a tall bipedal creature pacing back and forth among the trees. Jamar took out her phone and began filming.
Looked like a
In the footage, we
mama
can see
gorilla,
a
you
tall
said? Yeah,
brown
nice.
animal
I mean,
walking
not nice,
upright
but
through the
I get what you
woods.
mean.
It paces back and forth, alerted to the presence of the couple. Sadly, the camera is just too far away from the creature to make any definitive comment.
Yeah,
It's
very
quite
far.
possible that this could just be a person wearing an ape suit. The footage is very grainy and distant. Analysts have noted that while the couple say they were together while filming, you don't ever hear or see Slovey at all. You can hear Jamar whispering and asking questions, but Slovey never responds, which makes some people think that it's just Slovey in the distance walking around in a homemade Sasquatch suit. Others,
guess.
however, have
I guess, but like if they're already lying, why would they? I don't know. That's a weird, like that's just a. I feel like it's a weird way to figure out that they're lying. You know what I mean?
ended the footage saying that the creature's movements are very animal-like. The pacing back and forth and assessment of danger are all very similar to a gorilla's behaviour. Love to get your opinion on this clip in the comments section below.
I think it's not Bigfoot, Slaptam. That's my thoughts.
Released in January 2015, this startling footage, shot in Lettuce Lake Park, Tampa, Florida, shows a bipedal, ape-like creature walking through the swamp.
They're just hunters
the man
from
who captured the footage,
Resident Evil
known
1.
only as Matt M, was canoeing through the swamp when he noticed something strange. He initially thought he had spotted a bear and began filming. But when he later asked a park ranger about bears in the area, they said they tend to stay away from swampy areas.
So I have a question for chat. If you see a Bigfoot, a creature you think is Bigfoot, right? Ugh, I'm creeped out. If you see a creature that you think is Bigfoot, are you going to... You get three options. A, be as quiet as you can and try to not be seen. B, run away as fast as you can, because, you know, it could be dangerous. Or C, film it. I suppose filming it could fall under the silence, so it could just be two options. But, like, would your first instinct be to film it? I don't know. I feel like I'd be so scared. Like, I would not want to be perceived. I get, like, getting proof, but, like, I don't know. You'll take option A. Would you try to film? Do you think you would try to film Bigfoot? You get the fourth option, Hero. There is no fourth option. Would you try to film it if you're being as quiet as you can? Is that something that you would try to do? Or would you just try to stay quiet? I just feel like you wouldn't risk filming, right? Like it's a scary situation to be in. I would be out of here, man, as quickly as possible. So then you choosing option B. Ugh, I just heard a bump in the night. I don't like it. Try not to overuse the scare meter, but I'm definitely scared.
Take a closer look at it.
Yo, that second one really got me. That one was too much.
It used to have much longer arms than a bear and walks comfortably on its hind legs. Many say a hominid cryptid creature known as a skunk ape roams the Florida area. It gets its name from the foul-smelling odor that it reportedly emanates.
The fourth option is take it home and treat it right and make it your pet. I love it. What would you name your pet Bigfoot? Man, the Christmas decorations are fading away and it's making me sad. Oh, I'm sorry, Juan. Yeah, we just put away most of our decorations too.
Numerous witnesses throughout Florida have reported seeing a big, hairy, ape-like creature that runs on two legs. Could this be the skunk ape?
It could be the ape runner. Less conclusive as time goes on.
These two short clips were filmed in the Provo Canyon region in Utah. The first clip is very brief but shows a very large bipedal creature walking among the brush. The Bigfoot-like animal sits by a tree for a second, then seems to pick up a rock and throw it through the air.
What? It's an attacking Bigfoot. Yo, it is so shaky.
Sasquatch enthusiasts love this clip, as it's the first time anyone has captured a creature like this throwing an object. The second clip was filmed by BYU students who had been camping near Squaw Peak. One of the campers noticed a strange black beast lurking on the ridge of the hill and started filming with their phone. The footage is a little blurry and unstable, but does capture something unusual.
Do you think it's possible that somebody with, like, you'd name it Fluffy? That's a pretty good name. We should rank Bigfoot names. I would name my Bigfoot, if I had a Bigfoot, I would name them... Charlotte. I would name my my Bigfoot Charlotte. So says I. Roger. I like the Roger name. I like the Roger name. Here's the thing. Do you think it's possible that, like, somebody who has a lot of time on their hand and has a disposable or Scarlet, has a disposable, gorilla costume. Do you think it's possible, probable, that somebody with a lot of time on their hands scopes out a location that is frequented by a lot of people? Maybe not too many people, but enough people. Like where I grew up, I know that there's like a hiking range that not a lot of people went to, but that you would reliably see people on. Do you think that somebody exists who would try to loiter around that spot in a costume to freak people out? Basically, like, so that way essentially somebody filming them would think the footage is real, but they would always know that they're faking it. You know what I mean? Do you think that's possible? Or do you think all of this footage, if it's fake, right? Like, we don't know if it's real or fake, but if it's fake, do you think all of this footage is just people filming it knowing it's fake? Or do you think people are filming it thinking it's real? I think that's an important question. You know what I mean? Like, does this person know they're filming a fake thing if it's fake? Or do they think, or are they in on it?
The strange creature is obscured by branches, so it's hard to get a good look. It's possible that this could just be a bear encounter, however, at one point the animal does stand on its rear legs. It looks to have long arms that reach much lower than most animals.
Ugh.
Could this be the infamous Sasquatch that hunters have been looking for so many years?
I don't know, it seems way too predictable to all be planned to me. Interesting.
At about 6 p.m. on October 24, 2013, this hunter was out on his Mississippi property looking for wild boar when he spotted a mysterious creature in the distance.
Surprised they didn't use the original
The hunter
Bigfoot
began
footage.
filming the beast on his iPhone, which he claims was about 50 meters away. He said the animal, which he thought might be a...
Not for nothing. If you're filming on your iPhone, would you really do like this if it's like, kind of a scary situation?
Skunk?
And let's get this out of the way. I don't think Bigfoot is the scariest, creature out there, but definitely got some scared tonight.
Cape was leaning up against a cypress tree. The cryptid was allegedly stripping bark off logs with its strong hands. In the footage, it's clear that some kind of large animal is sitting in the distance. It has a thick neck and shoulders with a very large gorilla-like head. At one point, you can hear the beast snap a thick branch with its brute strength. The crack echoes through the swamp.
Ooh.
Legends tell
Very
of
animalistic.
giant ape-like animals that roam the swamps of Mississippi. Some
Scariest
call them
is Loch
skunk or
Ness?
stink
Interesting.
apes, characterized by a foul odor that is said to accompany them. These creatures have been thought to roam the area for centuries, with thousands of witnesses all reporting very similar sightings. When the hunter was asked about his encounter, he said he was baffled. He claims he's been hunting wild boar for years on this patch of land and has never seen anything like it. Could this hunter have captured proof of the mythic skunk ape that has eluded scientists for so many
Scariest
years?
is Kraken. I think that's it for Slapped Ham for today. Thank you, Slapped Ham.
Now, just before we finish this video, I want to give a huge shout out to the Pennsylvania Sasquatch research team. They
Very
helped
cool.
us write this list. Now, if you're into all things Bigfoot, I highly recommend you check out their channel. A link should appear right now in the corner there. Head on over, show them some love. If you like what you see, hit subscribe and tell them Slapped Ham sent you.
Do you have a link in the description, homie? I did not know. What? No, why did they do this? Why would they delete their YouTube channel? Pennsylvania and Bigfoot have not stopped existing, in my opinion. In my expert opinion. That sucks. Ugh. All right, everybody. I think that's going to do it for now. So let's talk. You and I. Kraken to you is the worst, the giant sea monster with tentacles that can devour ships. Well, we can do that. So, as I talked about, if you guys missed the opening of this part of the stream, this is Ghoul Watch. Relaxed, we chill. We're having a good Saturday night. And it's kind of a place where I want to talk about creatures and monsters and stuff. And I was thinking we could add this kind of ranking element in, similar to the scare meter below my head. I don't have strict parameters yet. We're starting off with Bigfoot, kind of like the Godzilla of the cryptozoological world, right? Bigfoot is the king. But I'm definitely down to kind of rank like what's scariest. I guess it's what's scariest, the most dangerous, and the most believable. I think those are probably the three details. Maybe they're dumb. I don't know, but let's go with that for tonight. Bro, if Godzilla was real, it would be the end of the world. It really would, especially if it was like real Godzilla. Like Godzilla is massive. Like the original Godzilla is incredibly huge. All right, so let me get the thoughts from the chat. Let's start with how should we rank this? Let's do does Bigfoot exist? You're gonna get three options. You get definitely not, maybe, definitely. Does Bigfoot exist? You get those three options. Let me know in the chat. Oh yeah, and I'm no longer an Elon Musk stan. That's probably for the best. What if King Kong? King Kong would be pretty wild, but I feel confident that Kong is not among us, you know? I think Bigfoot, for me, is a maybe. I personally don't believe in Bigfoot, but like I said at the start of the stream, you know, I think Bigfoot is a pretty believable creature. It's a pretty believable conspiracy, right? At the end of the day, Bigfoot is, you know, in my opinion, looked at as a species and as the missing link. I feel like he makes the most sense. The species makes the most sense. As, you know, again, it's just a creature that we haven't discovered yet. What are the three options? You have definitely doesn't exist is option one. Maybe is option two, and definitely exists as option three. Yeah, I don't believe in Bigfoot, but if I was going to, but I do think that there is a possibility, you know, more so than other creatures. I think there's a pretty good possibility that a Bigfoot exists. And I say that even though like a lot of this stuff is fake, right? A lot of these stories are fake. It's just such a, you know, believable idea. Again, like I said, so many species are discovered every year. To me, it does make sense. You know what I mean? So I'm going to put that down as a maybe for me. What has chat got? And any thoughts from chat on it's all about Elon Musk and Godzilla now. On Bigfoot, what do you think he exists or not? I'm gonna move on to scare. And the way the scare meter works is kind of this. You know, we have the white, which is the neutral. I am not scared. You know what I mean? And then you go to yellow, orange, deep orange, and red. Everybody knows deep orange and red. And then below that, I think that's like the opposite of fear is like comfort. You know what I mean? So it's like icy blue, blue, deep blue, and navy blue. I don't know if those count, but that's what we got there, okay? How about just blue? You get blue 1 through 4. You're going to say mildly scared of Bigfoot? I think that would put you at a yellow for Bigfoot. And you know what? I'm going to put myself at a yellow for Bigfoot as well. I want to say I'm comforted. I don't know. There was that footage of Bigfoot with the baby, right? Like, that's kind of sweet. And who knows? You know, animals are just a product of their own environment. But then again, like, you know, even though I love bears, right? I'm pretty afraid of bears. You know what I mean? Like, bears, tigers, sharks, they're all on the same level of fear for me, which is like, I do like them, and I do think they're sweet. But I think I have a normal amount of fear of them. I think I would put myself in the yellow on Bigfoot as well. You know what I mean? Which is the Green Lantern color for fear. Fourth option is he's real and he's hiding in a big cave. No, that was option 3. You missed the options multiple times. Option 3 is he's definitely real. And then the last one is danger. Yeah, let's do danger, because I think that'll help us rank between them. So let's rank out of 20 how dangerous you think a Bigfoot is. Unless you think there's a better scale that I could do. Let's just stick with out of 20 for now, right? Oh, option 3. Hero, you think Bigfoot definitely exists. That's pretty cool. That's pretty neat. Yeah, like I said, I'm just not, I love this stuff, and I love learning about it and researching it and hearing people's stories, but I don't necessarily need to believe it, and I don't think I believe it oftentimes. I don't need to believe it to find it compelling, You'd say he's not that dangerous only if you threaten him. Yeah, I would agree with that. So I would say, but I guess it's not, I'm saying more so from power, like we're talking like Loch Ness Monster versus Bigfoot. Like, where would you rank Bigfoot, like, out of 20? And I think I would say probably, like, if a human is a 4 out of 20 on the power scale, I think I'd put Bigfoot at an 8 out of 20. And that one might change over time. Bigfoot has, I can easily throw a log energy, like a tree. I could easily throw a tree energy. I don't think Bigfoot has I could easily throw a car energy. You know what I mean? Whereas maybe he could, like, punch a car and be fine, but the Loch Ness Monster I don't think can do that. You're giving it a 10? Bigfoot is a 10 for you? A pissed off gorilla? But I agree. I don't think Bigfoot is threatening. Maybe that'll be our 4th criteria. Threatened. Again, we're working it out here on Ghoul Watch, right? So this is what I have for me. Rounding out the first episode of Ghoul Watch for tonight. I think he maybe exists, Bigfoot. Combined with just how I felt at the beginning of what Bigfoot is as a theory, I think it's possible. I don't know if it's probable, but it's definitely possible. And I agree with people like Jane Goodall, who don't necessarily believe in Bigfoot, but she, described herself as a believer. She a dreamer. She described herself as she wants to believe. Do I believe in a lot of these stories? Not necessarily. And I think there's a lot of faking going on. And I think it's very easy to fake this, and I think it's very easy to accidentally fake it, to see a regular person and see them as Bigfoot. This is not a regular person, you know what I mean, in this footage. But I think it's easy to see a regular person and accidentally, identify them as a Bigfoot. So I'm going to say maybe. Moving on the fear scale, from blue to red, I would give Bigfoot a yellow. On the fear scale, which is a 5. That's a 6 out of 9. But it's a yellow on the fear scale. I'm not very afraid of Bigfoot, but that second video was pretty frightening. I'm still kind of in the zone. I think I can dial back my fear now. I'm not as scared anymore. But I'm definitely somewhere in the zone. No animals are threatening. Animals attack only if you provoke them. Yeah, exactly. Seems like a chill gorilla. I agree. Definitely a chill gorilla. And then on the power scale, we're giving Bigfoot an 8 out of 20. Definitely powerful. Definitely more powerful than a human, but not more powerful than something like the Loch Ness Monster, right? Or even a T-Rex, right? Maybe a T-Rex is a 12 out of 20, and not that T-Rex is a cryptozoological creature, but, a T-Rex is a 12 out of 20, whereas Bigfoot is an 8 out of 20, in my opinion. But only if they're threatened. I don't think they just go around randomly hurting people, you know what I mean? So that's what I think of Bigfoot. Does anybody have any closing thoughts for Ghoul Watch Episode 1 before we head out? I don't know, snakes and sharks seem like they would attack without bothering them. I don't think that's true. Maybe snakes. I think sharks are very similar to bears. There are bear attacks. You know, there aren't that many shark attacks every year. Whoa. Whoa. My YouTube stuff just suddenly... There we go. That was weird. I think, you know, obviously there are shark attacks. Obviously sharks attack people, you know, randomly sometimes, but I don't think it's because they're trying to hunt people. I think they're just animals like any other predator. And the same way when you go camping, campsites tell you, like, hey, be careful with food because bears will show up. And it's not like bears are trying to kill people. It's just they get confused and they hurt people. Very similar to sharks. Really, sharks to me always have seemed kind of violent. If you look into the statistics on shark attacks, and especially shark killings, they are very low compared to other animals. You know what I mean? Very low. And especially compared to other, you know, fatality rates. You know what I mean? Sharks are just animals. I mean, again, like the same, you can be like, oh, it's dangerous to be in the water with a shark. And it's like, sure, but it's also but it's not more dangerous than being in the same room as a bear, right? You just got to be careful, you know what I mean? But yeah, it's not their fault, just an animal instinct, yeah. When it's the next time you'll be live? I'm not sure yet. This is quite surprising to me, but I'm happy to know that. I mean, again, yeah, they're just predators, you know what I mean? We could look into that a little bit later. I think we are going to end the stream with some Marvel Snap. But I'm going to take a quick break really quickly. But let's end this episode of Ghoul Watch. So, I want to thank you so much for watching the first episode of Ghoul Watch. The title might change over time. I don't know. This is just something fun that I wanted to do. Again, I you know, obviously we talk about superheroes a lot here and video games, but I love getting scared. And I love cryptozoological creatures a lot, and I love the mysterious. So I thought this would be a fun thing to do. And I think we had a lot of fun today. I think we learned a lot. I think we, you know, laughed a lot, and I think we got scared, which I didn't expect. I got to admit, I'm not afraid of Bigfoot, but that second video definitely creeped me out, and, you know, I'm surprised. Bigfoot actually got under my skin a little bit. I want to thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the stream, please consider, you know, subscribing. If you want to check out more of my stuff, I have a main YouTube channel called Carrot Scraps, where I post more scripted and edited content. All my other social media, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram is at Carrot Scraps as well. As a reminder, I'm a Lightstream partner, so if you're looking to get into streaming, make sure to check out Lightstream, and to use my creator code to get 35% off your purchase. It helps me out a lot, plus it saves you a good amount of money. And then on top of that, I'm a Fangoria brand ambassador, which I'm super proud of as a horror fan. And as a Fangoria fan. Fangoria is a trusted name in horror since 1979. It's an amazing horror magazine, but they also have tons of memorabilia and merchandise on their website. So use code CarrotScraps to get 20% off your purchase there. Again, it helps me out a lot. Plus, you know, it's a great way to support the channel. Anyway, I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.